Shit's about to get real for me again because Kevin's about to quiz me again on I don't know what. So
On something.
On something. Stay tuned. All right, Kevin.
All right.
What do you got for me?
So we've talked about what we could possibly quiz you on.
Uh-huh.
And I think you've known that this is coming for
some
time.
I didn't want it to come, but it's coming, isn't it? I'm not going to look behind me, but I'm pretty sure it's Star Trek. Is it Star Trek? Yep.
Yes.
All right. Let's do this, Kevin.
All right. So I know that you have knowledge of some series, but not all of them.
I have working knowledge.
So it's enough of working knowledge. So really, this is going to be like a working knowledge test.
Okay.
So
I can probably do this. I don't have a voice. I could try to do my Picard voice, but that's probably...
All right. So, I forgot about that setting again. Anyway,
what do you got for me?
one of the most important tenets of the United Federation of Planets is something called the Prime Directive. Do you know what that directive is?
Do I have to get it word for word right?
No. It isn't a specific phrase. It's an attitude or a behavior.
Not interfere with civilizations. Pre-existing civilizations.
Right. So more specifically, it's the promise not to interfere with pre-warp civilizations.
Pre-warp.
So like young, still developing civilizations, because they know that all it takes is one ensign with a tricorder worth of information and a phaser to become a warlord of an entire nation.
Damn it, Crusher!
So they don't want that to happen. So that's the entire point.
That's good. That's fair. Makes sense. Yeah, I like the Prime Directive. Works out.
Now.
I know what this is.
Yes, you know what this is. It isn't the question.
Oh, damn it.
So what is on here is the original USS Enterprise from the original series.
Uh-huh.
Now, this Enterprise, the Constitution class Enterprise from the original series, actually had many captains over its history.
Uh-huh.
What I'd like you to list is at least two of them.
Okay. Pike and Kirk.
Correct.
Thank you, Mom. My mom taught me that one.
Yes.
Even though, actually, the new movie also reminded me of it.
Yeah, I knew that you'd be able to get at least that. So, actually, Pike was not the first captain. Oh, good, I can keep it like this. There was Captain Robert April, who had it for a 5-year shakedown cruise. Pike had it for 2 5-year cruises. And then it went over to Kirk.
Tiberius.
So, the reboots really don't do that at all.
Yeah.
They have the Enterprise's construction being delayed quite a bit. So, it's very different.
It's because Spock came back in time and it effed up everything.
It really did.
Yeah. Construction, you know. Ripples. Time, space
Ripples.
Stuff.
All right. So, pictured here is the Enterprise in orbit of the planet Vulcan.
Oh, I was going to say Mars. But yes, Vulcan.
You can tell where the inspiration is. Now, some Vulcans go through the process called colinar. Do you know what the goal of that process is?
Okay, so I know 2 Vulcan processes. I don't remember their names, so I'm going to guess this one is the one that purges all emotion.
Yes. Perfect. Yes, colinar is the purging of all emotion.
Yeah.
So they are beings of complete logic.
Yeah, that'd be very boring if I did that.
Do you remember what you mentioned the other one? Let's go for broke.
I don't remember what it's called, but it's their love making, not their love making one. It's their reproduction one. After like some amount of years, right? They have to like
specifically
mate.
every 7 years, Vulcan males pretty much need to mate. Otherwise, the hormones build up so much that it kills them. So
what a curse!
This process actually kind of developed as a whole, bringing order and logic to the civilization thing. Mm-hmm. So instead of people being subject to their passions all the time, it was, let's make it cyclical, make it predictable, so we can work with it.
That's good. At least you can put it on your calendar. You know what's going to
happen. Exactly.
Exactly.
You know what's going to happen.
Hey, baby, we're going to do it in 7 years. That's a relationship right there. Hell, it's another ship.
It's another ship. This is the USS Excelsior. Excelsior. Yes. The Excelsior ended up being commanded by an Enterprise alum. Do you remember who that was?
Sulu.
Yes. Captain Hikaru Sulu. So you can actually...
Oh, my.
So he came to the rescue to the Enterprise crew in the 6th Star Trek movie.
Undiscovered Country.
Yes, the Undiscovered Country. Wow, you're getting all the bonus points today. See, I kept telling him that he knows more than he thinks he knows.
Yeah, but you're quizzing me on easy stuff right now.
So...
My man! I love that guy.
So you even know what episode this is from.
Yes.
So at one point, Captain Picard became assimilated by the Borg.
Uh-huh.
And he was given a Borg designation. Do you remember what that was and what it actually means?
Okay, the designation was Locutus.
Right.
I don't know what the designation means, but if I was going to do a Latin translation, which is probably not accurate, it would be location, but that can't be right. Why would they name him location? That's dumb.
I don't actually think that's the root of it.
But what is it?
One who speaks.
One who
So
speaks.
locution, elocution. So the root is actually going to be for speaking.
Locus. See, that's
so
what I was thinking.
So the entire point of him was to be kind of a conduit through which the Borg could interact with humanity during their invasion, which of course did not last very long.
I am your Locutus of the Borg.
Exactly.
Ensign Crusher, turn us around. Wait, so did I get a point? Was that 2 questions?
No, there's 1 question.
Did I get half a point because I only got half of it right?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just keeping track for editing purposes.
We can edit it through later. So, I don't know if you even watched this series, but this is a picture of the USS Voyager from Star Trek
That's
Voyager.
what Voyager looks like.
Yes.
Okay.
Now, the entire point of the Voyager series was that they were lost on the other side of the galaxy trying to find a way home.
Uh-huh.
Do you know how long the trip would take from its very start to get back home? Not the actual length of time it took, but what it would take if they just went in a straight line and,
how many, light years or
No, just time. How
Just
many
time.
years did they think it would take to get home?
5 years. That's my guess.
They thought that it would take 70 years to get home.
Damn.
Yeah. It was a very desperate situation.
So they wouldn't have survived. Well, some of them might not have survived.
During some episodes, they discussed that they could become a generation ship by the time that... they were thinking of, well, who's going to be the captain? Because in 70 years, Janeway...
But they made it back.
But they made it back in 7.
Yeah. 10 years. 70 plus or minus,
Yeah.
70.
Now, Star Trek Deep Space Nine featured, the titular space station Deep Space Nine. Now, it served as a focal point for a huge war that the Federation faced when it was fighting what some of the producers of the series called an anti-Federation. Do you remember who they were?
I could maybe draw a picture. I don't remember the name of the species.
Not the species.
The collective or whatever they were.
The civilization.
The civilization. Did it start with a B?
No.
Okay, I don't know.
The Dominion.
Oh, that's freaking lame.
They were basically built as, instead of freedom and democracy, it was paranoia and absolute order above all else for its ruling class, or ruling species.
Yeah, I've never got that. It wasn't the liquid people that Odo was?
No, it was them.
Oh, it was?
Yes. See, pieces of it, and I'm trying to find where those pieces match up.
He's really just quizzing me so he can tell how much longer our friendship's going to last.
So pictured here is the ISS Enterprise.
God, it looks horrible.
Flagship of the Terran Empire. Now, history doesn't always behave as it should.
Yeah.
And so what you're viewing isn't our universe, but someone else's.
Mm-hmm.
What is that universe called?
The name for the universe?
Yeah. I've mentioned it a bunch of times. It's actually in the popular culture now for, alternate histories.
It's not the Prime universe. It's the Archer universe. Archer. That's what I'm saying. Because isn't that a version of the X? The USS Enterprise X or whatever it was?
The NX,
The NX, yeah.
It's actually the Mirror Universe.
Oh.
Do you remember...
Yeah, but that's a dumb... By the way, that's a dumb name because all the ones that are close by are going to be mirror-like. Dumb name for a parallel universe. Gene Roddenberry, I'm sorry.
So, next question. Unfortunately, things don't always last forever.
Yeah.
The first Enterprise was destroyed. Why?
Why was it destroyed?
Yes.
Okay, so I did not watch the original series, but I watched the movies, so I would assume the only time I ever saw the Enterprise being destroyed in the original movies was when Khan was pissed at Kirk and the Federation, and he blew it up. But he had taken control of the Enterprise, so it wasn't him. Did I go too far?
Yeah, you went too far. You're one movie off, actually.
It was the first movie?
No, it was the third. So Khan ended up taking control of the Reliant, and that's what you're remembering as exploding. The Enterprise was destroyed in Star Trek III, The Search for Spock.
F you, Spock.
Does that help at all?
It's vaguely there. See, I watched like 2, 3, and 4 like back to back. So it just because they're all connected. It's just one stream of consciousness. So I don't really remember when one begins and when ends.
So the Enterprise was destroyed to prevent it from falling into the hands of the Klingons.
And because they got a bird of prey out of it.
Yes.
Yes.
Because they captured the Klingon ship by the end.
And they shot it.
Now, pictured here is the original series crew. Now, my question is, do you know...
Can I name them all?
We can do that, but the actual question is, how many movies had an original series cast member play a part in it? How many Star Trek movies
had
a original series
just
cast member part? Any of them?
Any of them. So there were 6 movies from the original series. There was Generations, which had at least him in it. I think it had a few of the others, maybe Scotty, that was in it. And then that is all. No. And then, well, if you count the new movies, it had Spock in it. So that's 8.
Correct. Yes.
Math.
Perfect.
Math is fun.
You can do math.
Yes.
I wanted to see if you could remember the history of.
Yes. You tricksy devil.
Okay, so I think that went pretty well.
And I can name them all. That's Spock. That's McCoy or Bones. That's Chekhov. This is where Sulu would sit.
Yes.
This is Kirk. That's Scotty. And that's Uhura. That's Tactical. That's Master Situation. That's Tactical. That's Communications, where Uhura sits. Yeah, man.
You did pretty well.
Well, despite not watching most of the actual Star Trek canon,
let's
try and have
you can connect to.
The
background.
I try to have a working knowledge of many other forms of geekdom in case of situations such as these, so that I will not be completely and utterly destroyed by mobs of geeks in any sort of situation.
I mean, you have a working knowledge.
Yes.
So I think that it was like me with the comic heroes in that.
Yeah.
I know the basic outline of what it's supposed to be.
Exactly. But just for the record, I did better than him.
Yeah, you did. He did better at my stuff than I did at yours.
That's fair. I had to look up some of the stuff that I quizzed you on, so that's fine. But now that we're done with this, you still have plenty of opportunities to give us topics to quiz each other on. You can send us questions at Gmail, outerspacetv@gmail.com. Anywhere on the internet, find us. It's really easy. I mean, we're the only people with this name with TV attached to it. So just find us. Comment on this video below, like it, because you had a fun time. You learned some stuff about Star Trek. I learned some stuff about Star Trek. We all loved Star Trek. It happened.
Exactly.
Deal with it. And we don't know what's going to happen next week. Most likely I'll go back to quizzing Kevin unless you guys come up with something. Or we have a magical third guest, which will probably be Hal. And we don't want that.
No, we don't.
He's bad. Thanks for watching.
Yep. See ya.
See ya.
All right, so thanks for watching. Please like any of the videos that you actually do like. And hopefully you will subscribe to our channel and view many more episodes that you're going to like as well. So hit all those buttons that you see down there at the bottom, not the dislike one. We don't talk about that one.
No.
So just like, subscribe. We love having viewers. So please join in. Thanks.
Thanks.